Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Rika.
And Big Boy Summer here, bringing you MHA's third movie, World Heroes Mission.
So this one had our guys leaving the country. They were just supposed to be little extras because they're currently doing their work placement still. But Deku quickly finds himself in trouble as usual and being accused of murdering 12 people when he actually didn't. And it's all because of the secret organization that's not so secret. The Humanize organization that wants to get rid of all quirks.
I think it's pronounced Humorize, and I think that I can't trust it because this was translated by Zoro.to. Now, if you ever seen this film translated by Zoro.to, the subtitles were a little bit weird. So I didn't know that we had peel as well as people. I didn't know that there were certain things that could be mora than more. I was confused half the time. And sometimes when someone was about to say something important, I didn't know it just translated by Zero.to. So I was confused. It could have been humanized.
Stop
it could have been humorized. But no, it needs to be said.
It doesn't.
It does. It's part of my experience.
It's got nothing to do with it. It just shows that you did it off a bootleg site. That's it. You're just telling on yourself. It's got nothing to do with the movie itself.
But now that that's out of the way, yeah, humorize think that people shouldn't have quirks, and quirks is a disease. Not the evolution that we have come to think about it since we've seen it from the hero's perspective. And it does leave kind of, decent questions out there. Is it a disease? Is the doomsday theory correct? Should they be thinking about this? And what's being done? Like, people are obviously scared of it worldwide. It's not just a Japan thing. And people are obviously turning towards groups like these because they had bag of numbers in high places as well. It looked like it posed a very poignant question.
I'm not sure about that. Quickly as a side note, why is Deku's suit the worst one? Like, I don't understand why his suit is literally the worst one. He's out here looking like Donnie Darko. Like, what the f*** going on? Okay, do you know what? Anyway.
Donnie Darko.
He does! With the stupid ears. Okay, I said from the first season, the first episode, about the whole police situation, I don't think anyone should be shocked that Humorized members are in the police force, because when we saw them in the first episode, they were like cleanup crew. The heroes are actually doing the actual police work, like the crime fighting. So what are they doing? Paperwork. That's gonna make anyone pissed off. You basically took our jobs,
Like took our jobs. They took your jobs.
Hold tight, South Park. You know we love you. So, okay, look. Yes, the police are upset and whatnot, but I don't think that came across in this film. I think in this film, I still stand by what I said. They had some really poignant points here. Look, 20% of people don't have access to this magic, for example. And 20% of people are basically cannon fodder if anything goes wrong or someone gets too upset and doesn't realize their own strength. And they're scared.
Okay, but what can be done? Let's just be honest. The strongest...
They tried to do it.
The strongest... They have basically, essentially magical powers versus a normal human being. It's just like they have the better weapons. The person with the better weapons wins. So regardless of whether it's sad or not, it's just too bad. What are you going to do?
No, I get that, but
It's so bad that they actually had to ask the villains to come and help them. If they were actually so strong, they wouldn't have to do that. They had to bribe the villains and say that, oh, we'll let you keep your powers, which, by the way, I don't know why any of the villains would believe that. They're an organization that literally wants to get rid of all quirks. And it's not like the bomb is scanning people to see if you're on their side or not. So they're not going to discriminate. It's going to take out everybody's powers just the same. It's sad, but the likelihood of you being able to get rid of 80% of the population and then like rebuild it from the ashes is just really unrealistic. That's 80% of the entire population.
No, I agree with you. It's very stupid. Very, very stupid. But I just have a little bit of empathy. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so Rhodey's dad was kidnapped by Humorize and told to create this trigger which turns the gene into a mutated form of itself and goes hyper and then stops you from existing or whatnot. But he hid the super secret files in only a way that Rhodey and himself could sort of unlock. So did he expect Rhodey to know that he had to come and save it? Like, it seemed a bit convoluted to me. Like that aspect I couldn't gel with. It's not the only aspect, but that's the one we're talking about now. What did you think, Rix?
I think that every time you say Rhodey, it makes me want to punch you in the throat.
Wait, why is that?
Because it's Roddy.
Roddy.
Say it properly.
Roddy.
Anyway,
Roddy.
Stop you doing it again. I'm going to kill you.
Roddy.
I'm also guessing that more people than Roddy knew how to sort out that puzzle. But at the time, it was Roddy that was there. I'm guessing other people that could have helped are also dead, just like his dad. But I wanted to say that I really liked the way that we saw Deku's control over his powers in this movie, because we really haven't seen him exert this amount of control in a fight, because this is after he's learned the second quirk in essence. We know he said he mastered it and he's still working on a few things, but we haven't gotten to see him go all out with complete control, no injuries because of using his quirk or anything like that. And I really liked seeing it on screen. He was involved in a lot of great fights as well, a lot of great movement to showcase his powers.
I agree with you, but if you want to talk about great fights and great movement, Kachan had some dirty fights in this one. When he was facing them two bladed ninja guy things, I don't know. But, bruv, oh my days, that fight was amazing. I think that was the best fight in the whole show, personally. Because, like, he was just unleashing hellfire and getting slashed. And I do like the sound of blood that they used here. Like, it felt a bit more visceral in the whole show. Like, these guys all got shot and pelted and stabbed and whatnot, and you can hear the blood dripping, and it felt real. Garbage, you're.
I agree. I actually really love the way that he fights in general, because I always forget how he fights. Because when you watch him, he always looks so reckless. He looks like he's just throwing bombs everywhere, and he's just not really paying attention, but he's always setting traps. He's always doing things that are going to increase the power of his quirk. He fights in a really dirty way, but it's strategic as well. And he uses his outward appearance and his yelling to his advantage, where he'll be underestimated, and that's why he always pulls it out of the bag in the end.
I agree with you. Like, he is one of the most calculated fighters in the whole show in its entirety. And also his intelligence is mad, because you think he's brash, you think he's abrasive, you think you don't know what he's doing. Boom, gotcha. Just like an explosion coming out of nowhere. Kachan is one of that guys. But I do have to say, Todoroki's fight underwater and stuff, that was really like artistic manga feel, sort of. It felt really like a manga as opposed to watching it as an anime, don't you think?
I really liked it as well. Again, they were showcasing his powers and what he can do now that he's gotten rid of his own barrier, and he now is using both the fire and the ice, using them together as one move instead of using one or the other. So yeah, I liked a lot of his movements, and he was always there. He acted mostly, I would say, as support for the team. Really, this was about Kachan and Deku's moves more than anyone else.
Yeah, I think that's why he kind of stole the anime limelight in the actual show, because like Todoroki was smashing it out of the park, to be fair. Yeah, I really like Todoroki. He's amazing.
Okay, but what the f*** was the nature music video like in the middle of the movie? And they wonder why the fandom think that Deku's gay. I mean, this was literally a romantic montage in the middle of the film for no reason. I don't even know why it was there. They just added it, and then when you watch the end of the movie, it just makes it seem even more like maybe everyone's wrong and he's not after our girl. He doesn't want her. He doesn't want her, guys. Let it go.
Look, I want to argue, and I want to say he definitely wants to clap you in the cheeks, but There's just too much evidence to the contrary. There's too much. He went to Europe. Yeah, let me finish. He went to Europe. He basically hiked through Europe with another dude playing cute music. Like, do you get what I mean? I'm just saying that is what stories are made of.
It had the romantic music,
I
the
swear
flower
to God.
arrangements, like, it's a done
And
deal.
when Yunanaka in this whole show actually putting down fighting, he didn't even mention her name once. Actually, that's a lie. He only mentioned her name once when he was like, these guys won't ever give up.
Do you know what I found really weird? That the humorized members were following this guy. He's like blue. He clearly had a quirk. Like, did anyone doubt it? This is from the moment I saw him, and I'm just thinking he looks like a straight up alien. I don't know why anyone would be following him, and their ideals just seem like they're kind of faff. Because you want to get rid of all quirks, but then you're using villains to come help you out. Your leader is some alien reflector monster. Like, everything is just ridiculous. I didn't get their organization.
Their organization wants everything done by any means possible. It makes sense. It's like, you know, when certain governments give other places loads of weapons and then years later go to war with them for it. You know, it's that kind of thing.
At the end, Roddy went and asked for a job, and I was just thinking, he didn't show up with a whole case full of jewels, and he's gonna go to the guy that he was supposed to be working for on this job and ask for a job and get it. Shouldn't he be getting dead instead? Like, isn't that how it works? You didn't do the job, so dead?
I think you're reading too much into it. Can we not, like, you know, understand that this is just an anime?
It's just an anime.
And it shouldn't be that complicated. And Roddy is actually doing a really good job and trying to look after his family. And that's all the film wanted to show us.
Okay.
He doesn't care about, they don't care about plot. Bum, they didn't even care about translations. So let's just...
You don't, that's probably not even the official one. Okay, I would like to say though that the villains that they had in this movie were really good. They had some really strong villains with some unusual quirks, and they used them in really great ways. The fights, at times you were thinking, I don't know how they're going to get out of this one.
Yep.
So I really enjoyed the dynamic between the hero and villains in this movie. They did a good job, I would say, for like the main three baddies near the end.
Yeah, I agree. They went outside the Japan, you know, analog. They went to different countries. I would like to see different countries' heroes a bit more. Like,
if they're anything like the Egypt's hero, forget about it. I don't forget about it. It was ridiculous.
That was hella racist, man. Can we not?
It's a joke.
But
okay,
but
overall,
you know what I mean? Like, overall, I would have liked to see quirks from different countries properly. But okay.
What would you judge the film like? As a whole, did you enjoy it or not?
I think it was a bit too long, but I did actually enjoy it. So it gets my seal of approval.
Yeah, this one lasts way too long. I think they could have wrapped this up in half the time. So I would say that it's not my favorite movie. Like, considering some of the movies that we've watched, like Belle and Bubble, just this year, this was really at the bottom of the pile. But it did show me things that I didn't necessarily get to see from watching the seasons in terms of like them showcasing what they can do. So I would say, yeah, I enjoyed this one. Overall, just about. And on that note,
don't forget to like, subscribe and share.
and if you made it this far, thanks so much.
Peace.